This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Raise your console standing by. We'll take caller 9-844-999. Olin will play Profile This in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check-in to Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, according to a new study, your bra could be giving you headaches.
That's why I stopped wearing them, Mike.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, I thought it was a tie.
Oh, your bra, Miles.
Yesterday it was a tie. Today it's a bra.
Today
all
it's a
these
bra.
tight things. Well, all right, stop wearing tight things, people.
If you're one of the 78% of women in the world wearing the wrong size bra, it can add stress to your shoulders that can lead to headaches, plus back and neck pain.
How is this
Robin,
still
can you
happening?
help why does it seem
years.
so hard for women to buy the right bra size? Because apparently this is like all the time for like 15 years I've been hearing this. Like, what's the...
I think we underestimate ourselves. I wore the wrong size for years.
Why? I mean, did you just guess wrong?
I completely underestimated what was happening.
But was it uncomfortable? You know what I mean? Like, if I underestimate my underwear, my barriers are getting crossed.
I mean, it's one of those, it's like it's like so many things in life. You don't know how bad you feel until you fix it. And then you're like, man, I feel so, like if you wore the wrong shoe size and finally you try a bigger size, and you're like, wait a minute, this is much better.
I got you.
Same thing. Yeah.
Oh, much bigger. I see what she's saying there. Mm-hmm. Come on.
Sex addiction is now officially recognized as a mental disorder, according to the World Health Organization.
Sex addiction.
Sex addiction. You know that whole thing that Charlie Sheen had.
I can fathom
that was his
maybe
problem.
It's a mental disorder of like people just keep banging everybody they can.
Sure.
But I still have trouble with addiction because like you go to these rehabs and then they come out and go only like 2 or 3 times a week. Like you don't come out of drug rehab and they go only get high once a week.
Yeah, you're right. If it's something like anything that's that addictive, they would ask you to stop. I'm inclined to agree with you on that.
Right?
Maybe more, if you want to call it a disorder, but yeah, more of a mental thing than an addiction.
Maybe the disorder is these people just shouldn't get married.
That goes a long way, right? That's only sex addicts are married.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just laying it down,
You never see
right?
a single dude be like, I've been getting laid too much. Better go to rehab.
Mm-hmm. Ever. But if you get caught and get in trouble, so I'm a sex addict.
Yeah.
I need help.
Mm-hmm. Right. Tiger Woods, you could have gone the Jeter route.
Damn.
I mean, it's the truth. Jeter's a genius.
That man's brilliant. There's a startup that's come up with a new way for doctors to give you shots. You swallow a capsule with a teeny needle inside, and it opens and gives you the dose in your intestines where you don't have the pain receptors.
Are they kidding?
That doesn't seem like a good idea. Just get a shot.
Just get the shot,
Don't have
man.
something buried in your intestines. Sometimes they call that diverticulitis.
Have we reached that part in our lives where we can't take a little bit of pain to make ourselves better?
No, we haven't.
It's that you're kowtowing to the people that have a problem with it. I mean, look, man, my son freaks out with needles. He doesn't like it. And guess what he has to do with the doctor any goddamn way?
That's right.
You don't have to like it, mofo. It's a goddamn needle. It's understood. You're at the hospital. You're seeing a doctor. Not a lot of, like, really good things are happening here. You're going to be uncomfortable. Find a way to deal with it.
I just don't like swallowing things. Give me the shot.
Especially needles.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's just that teeny tiny needle.
I mean, they didn't tell me not to do that as a kid, but I get this feeling like I shouldn't swallow a needle as an adult.
Solid point.
Or eat paint chips, you know?
Right.
No one really told me, but I just pieced it together.
Someone's French bulldog was suffering from low oxygen on a JetBlue flight last Thursday, and its tongue turned blue.
Well, it's JetBlue. I mean, come on.
There you go. So 2 flight attendants hooked it up to an oxygen tank and might have saved its life.
Well, good for them.
Have you seen the photo?
No, I'm not working on it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Is it, an oxygen mask over the
Yeah, I
dog?
think it's a little pug or...
And it's just
or
the
a
yellow
bulldog.
one. The yellow ones that come from the top?
Yeah, you don't realize, man. You give CPR the same way, basically the same way. Like, all that stuff is pretty
I'd
close.
have done mouth to mouth.
Mouth to mouth on your pug.
I think it's mouth to snout.
Give me some of that pug snout.
Seriously?
Let's go over
Got
to full
such
snout.
a cold nose. You know what I mean? Wrap your mouth around the whole thing. You can't even pinch that thing. Pinch that.
I don't think you're supposed to, Miles. I think you're supposed to just go for the whole thing.
You just blow directly?
Pretty much.
I'm pretty sure you cover that whole snout.
You cover that snout.
So what, you just, like, close
you
your
pinch
mouth?
your nostrils, you cover the snout, and you blow down the mouth.
No, you just...
No.
You basically eat the snout, Miles.
Right? So close the mouth. Mm-hmm. Now look down at its wet, moist nose, because that's going in your mouth.
And blow through it.
And then you blow into his pug snout.
Mm-hmm. Blow through the
Blowing
pug snout.
snot the other way through the sinuses, right? A new study found that the top sign someone's rich is...
When they have money.
Yeah, right. When they have an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone I know is just
What was
dripping
more
with cash. And has an
I know
iPhone.
you weren't working on the story, but the last one they reference is from 1992, and at that point in time, it was like if you were rich, if you had a Sylvania television. There were a couple other weird
Grey
things.
Poupon.
Grey
If you
Poupon,
ate Grey Poupon.
mustard. Yeah, that was
Like
another weird.
rich? It's not like it's expensive. They did the commercial in a Rolls Royce, but this is not Rolls Royce mustard. You follow
Yeah,
me?
there was a couple other weird
I
ones
mean,
on
it's
there.
not now, but I never knew anybody that used it. And I remember the first time I saw a family using it, and it was like, holy cow, you got to give me some of that Grey Poupon. So, I mean, to me, it was a sign of richness.
Give me the Poupon.
I mean, iPhones are just tough in America, so you either have half the crowd has iPhones.
Android or iPhone, right?
A new survey asked people for the number one reason why they'd leave their job.
They don't like it.
Don't
Their
like
boss
it.
sucks.
Any other options out there?
They don't pay
It's
crap.
a job,
not
I would
money.
say pay.
Pay? Yeah, for more money. Almost got 4 times as many votes as the runner-up, which is for for a company with a better mission, and I don't feel appreciated.
If you can change for a company with a better mission, you're not worried about the pay.
No.
In which case, right.
You
You're
just don't
doing
like your
okay.
job.
Because this is going to shock people when I say this. I'm not 100% on it, but my belief is most people work because they have to make money.
Correct.
So if you're doing your job and someone offers you more money to do the same thing, it seems awfully reasonable that they might go ahead and do that. Why did they even ask that question?
Because they had to do the survey.
Okay.
That was somebody's job.
That's right.
That's my job.
Walmart revealed the most uniquely popular 2-day shipping item in all 50 states.
Is
You
it
know
the
why?
same one?
It's mostly snacks and drinks, yeah.
Can I tell you why they did that?
Of course.
I guess. I'm not working on it.
I know, but do you want to know the marketing spin why?
Not really. I'm not working on it.
Okay, but I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay. Fine, Miles. What is the marketing spin?
Well, they got to compete with Amazon. They're losing their asses. So
Yeah.
what they're doing now is marketing the fact that they deliver to your door. They're asking this question way prematurely because most people do not actually deliver things from Walmart. That's not how they're known. But they're trying to change their image. So by doing this poll and people talking about it like us, they're trying to have the perception that they do it. So therefore you think that they do, and then they go buy it. The reason that there's no popular item delivered from West Virginia is because people from West Virginia don't order stuff and they don't even realize that Walmart delivers. Now they know.
Right, right.
That's really it.
I didn't know.
Yeah, until
didn't
you
know.
find out. Here's the most popular stuff that you didn't know we did. Here's the most
Cheetos.
popular pizza that McDonald's has.
Hey, man.
Well, it works.
It's smart.
Yeah, totally.
Why spend all that money?
Right. It's like IHOB.
Exactly.
I hope.
I hope.
It's all just a marketing ploy.
2 women in Indiana are facing charges for rewarding their kid by giving him marijuana. And then when he was bad, they'd take it away.
He's 35 years older.
He is?
No, just kidding.
I don't know.
Oh, you've been a good boy. You got 3 A's.
Oh, thank you.
Smoke a bong head, son.
A former teacher in Utah who went to jail for sleeping with a student is back behind bars after violating her probation by selling meth out of her car.
Oh, damn.
The pedophile? Blown away.
Ah, Utah.
It's not really the MO of a
Utah's
pedophile,
got
though,
some
Ted.
strange stuff at times.
Yeah, of course it does.
Their crime is of a different weird level at times.
Let's see. Remember the story from last week? Some lady switched seats with a woman on the plane, then live tweeted the love connection between the woman and the man.
Yeah, creepy ass voyeur bitch.
Yeah, now there's been some huge backlash online because some people think that she violated her privacy between them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, she did.
She did.
Oh, come on, man.
Now she covered all their faces and stuff.
Oh,
That was great.
but I still have an issue with this. Like, just because you're on a plane or public transit, like, I don't know why people think it's okay to film and take pictures of people
Right.
you don't know.
Because sometimes they're funny looking.
That's different. It's like an ugly baby. You just want to share that with a friend. Right, because ugly babies don't happen much. But look, man, every time you see an ugly baby, you will always remember that baby because it's like 1 out of a million. Like, that's the ugliest kid I have ever seen in my damn life.
I did it, but I didn't post it. Does that make me an ass?
No,
I
I'd love to show it.
No, because
I'm
I
not
did too,
trying to
Miles.
humiliate them. You just want to show friends you got a picture of an ugly baby.
No, I got a picture of a priest in a train with a Victoria's Secret bag because I thought it was. I thought, no, I'm being that serious. I kind of snuck the picture because I was like, here's this dude, right? And we're on a train, but he's got a Victoria's Secret bag. That's weird.
Southwest Airlines is discontinuing a policy that has been with the airline since its founding.
What is that?
I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now, but first, the game is.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Derek. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Derek, you understand this here game is played?
Yeah, I do.
All right, fantastic. Here is your story. Not a ton of information because, in fact, the police are still looking for this guy. But police are, in fact, looking for a man who they said broke into a Metro apartment complex. It happened at the, are you ready? Tinkerdell Apartments. But after, seriously, that's the name of it, Tinkerdell Apartments. After a security alarm went off, the property manager found a man with a prosthetic leg in the leasing office. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but as the story goes, the suspect took off on foot and fled the scene in a black Toyota 4Runner that appeared to have 3 chrome rims and a spare wheel. They go on to describe the guy as being somewhere in his 30s or 40s, but the police said he broke into the laundry room using some sort of tool. He was also seen leaving with a black bag. Do you believe that this one-legged man that broke into the Tinkerdell Apartments is black, white, Mexi, or Asian?
Wow.
Tinkerdell.
God, this is a guess.
Do we know where this is, where this happened?
Oklahoma.
Okay.
Oklahoma. Well, that's got to be a white guy.
3-wheeled car, 1 leg, gets away.
Sure.
I mean, that could be anybody, but I don't know. Oklahoma.
Hey, you see the car? I thought it was a Ford.
It's a Toyota 4Runner. Toyota 4Runner. 3 chrome rims and 1 spare wheel.
Well, yeah, the chrome rims. I mean, that could be.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick to white guy.
I would lean Mexican. Did you want to go white? Final answer, Derek?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the white guy.
All right, we're going to find out if he was black, white, Mexican, or Asian next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bitches. You're listening to the men's room.
Profile this takes us to Oklahoma. For some reason, a man who had a prosthetic leg broke into an apartment building. They found him in the leasing agency office.
Yeah, he broke into the Tinkerdell Apartments.
And from there, he takes off running on his leg and gets away in his 3-wheeled car.
And somehow the cops can't find him because he just blends it.
3 with rims and then 1 spare tire on the car.
That is correct. So, Derek, we asked you, did you believe this guy was black, white, Mexican, or Asian? And at first you said, man, you know what? It could be anybody. This is ridiculous. Then we said it's in Oklahoma, and you were like, white. Didn't matter what anyone else said. You're like, white. It's Oklahoma, got to be white.
Oh,
you are
correct. Nice shot. Still on the loose.
The one-legged man in the 3-wheeled car. I would just like if I were his friend and he said, man, I'm going to break into somewhere. I'd have been the guy that said, dude, I don't think you're cut out for this kind of life. I'd be wrong.
Yeah. They still haven't caught him.
That's what I mean.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon!
The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
A lot of people probably know this by now, but if you're into Star Wars, one of the original characters is coming back for the new movies.
That's right.
Right. Lando Calrissian.
Mm-hmm. You say that with such confidence.
I know.
Lando Calrissian. By the way, for those of you who don't know, and this is not a joke, that is the nickname of my penis. It really is. That is the actual nickname of my penis.
And not only that,
Lando Calrissian.
But Ted has never seen Star Wars movies, so just based on trying to pronounce a name that you don't know.
Especially with Calrissian.
Calrissian. So Billy D. Williams, right? He was the original Lando.
That's right.
But then they had a movie that was just about Lando, and he wasn't in it.
No, it's a movie just about Solo.
Han Solo.
But Lando is like his best friend, so he was in it.
Solo and Lando.
Solo and Lando.
Raindrop.
Welcome down to the law offices of Solo and Lando.
Clearly trap rappers. So it's been announced Billy D. Williams is coming back as Lando. And frankly, I just want to take you in the past and wonder if you have ever been as cool as this Billy D. Williams.
There are 2 rules to remember if you want to have a good time. Rule number 1, never run out of Colt 45. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. You want to know why you should keep plenty of Colt 45 on hand? You never know when friends might show up. I don't claim you can have a better time with Colt 45 than without it. but why take chances?
Oh, smooth as
45.
The video is up in the Men's Room Facebook page. Go watch that video, because you got to keep in mind, like, as he's cracking them, he's kind of like passing them out.
Yeah.
And then when it ends, there's just a beautiful woman that sits next to him. And I also just want to impress upon people, like, when I was a kid, like, I didn't fathom who he was. Again, never seen the Star Wars movies.
Right.
I probably hadn't seen anything he'd been in. I obviously didn't drink Colt 45, but I remember there was an area, like, I think getting into Baltimore, where there was like
Colt 45, like brewery or whatever it was. Yeah.
So I mean, ever as a kid, just because of those commercials, like, we were
Colt 45
so
always
excited.
been. You know what, man? And it's crazy to me. I'm at the age where, so I saw Star Wars, but Empire Strikes Back comes out. Okay, Billy D. Williams is Lando Calrissian, and I remember when he showed up on screen, like, there was some kind of emotion for my mother, which I believe I could probably piece together now, but I'd never seen Brother before, right? So to me, Billy D. Williams is Lando Calrissian and nothing else. So my mother's telling me, like, all these other movies he's been in.
All the blaxploitation stuff.
Right. I mean, he was all about it, right? And the thing is, I did not care. I'm like, no, but he's Lando Calrissian. All the stuff you're telling me is nonsense. Did you not see the brother in the cape?
Alec Guinness was a very, very popular stage actor. I know him.
Obi-Wan to me.
As Obi-Wan.
Same thing, right? So when we saw Star Wars, a lot of the actors that George Lucas used were nobodies at the time. Mark Hamill, no one heard of the guy. Harrison Ford,
right.
Done a few things with known. Carrie Fisher, she's part of Hollywood royalty, but hadn't done a lot of acting, all right? So you're launching this movie. So the people he paid a lot of money to are Sir Alec Guinness, who
Peter
again,
Cushing.
We find Peter Cushing,
Cushing, whatever.
We found out
Brian.
later that these guys were storied actors that had, like, won awards and did serious stuff, and I'm like, they're Obi-Wan Kenobi and Grand Moff Tarkin, dude. You tell me anything else that they did, don't care. Billy D. Williams, brother, other than Colt 45, you're Lando Calrissian. The rest of you, dead to me.
Yeah, he was the Colt 45 guy.
Bam!
I should say,
Drinking it in Cloud City.
I had some a few years ago.
Just as bad as you remember.
It's malt liquor, man.
Yeah, right.
I know.
It's still malt
never
liquor.
been
I know, but
good,
sometimes
man.
you get real excited. You're like, you know what, man? We're drinking malt liquor this
He
weekend.
makes it sound awesome.
And I'm telling you, go to the Men's Room Facebook and watch it. He makes it seem like this is just cool, classy. It's what we're doing.
It's the best taste. If you wanted an accurate person to tell you about Colt 45, give you an indication of the taste, it's not Billy D. Williams, right? It'd be like Fran Drescher. Grab yourself a Colt, because that's kind of what you're in for.
Mickey's Big Mouth.
Right.
Malt liquor.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like a little Thunderbird to wash down a day of sleeping outside. I'm Billy D. Williams.
Steel Reserve.
yeah.
When you hang out at the crack park, you know damn well.
When every time you
nothing
get
better.
up, you got to brush the dirt off your butt. Steel Reserve.
Do you like puking?
You know what? I haven't worn socks in 2 months. Hasn't stopped me from wearing leather shoes.
Do you like to drink your product still in the bag?
All right, so you might have heard a little bit about this. Miss America, basically, the chairwoman, Gretchen Carlson, last month said, hey, what the hell was that?
I don't know.
Are you the only other person that heard that?
Yeah, it
was
sounded
weird.
like a frog or somebody's stomach.
Yeah, something like brrr, brrr.
That's what I was looking at. I was like,
Alert.
Miles?
The
Alert?
noise.
Is that your guys'
No,
son? Everybody all
I
right?
was earlier.
That was
That's
weird.
like somebody drinking Colt 45.
I'll take one. We have
Eggs
one.
already
Man,
rubbed.
Hey, we got a cold
That
beer.
should
I'll
have
take
been
it.
in the convert. You could hear his stomach just going like brrr.
I'm not going to turn down a beer. We got one in here.
So they said they were taking away the swimsuit competition.
Yeah.
Now, it's Miss America. So this has been a hot topic. A lot of people have been talking about it. Megyn Kelly on her show, she had a round table, and, for once I kind of agree with her. She's in the camp of, like, let's keep the swimsuit.
What's wrong with showing women in their bikinis? Then go be a model. Why? What's wrong with this? Beauty pageants are antiquated. Women are people. They should be valued for what's inside of their brains. Come on. Not whether or not they have. Why are the two mutually exclusive? They're not mutually exclusive. But nobody's obituary says they had great abs.
The reality is, no one is going to want to watch the pageant with the women choosing what they can choose what they want to wear in the evening gown. Like what? It's going to be like the Grandma Moses nightgown, and then just get up there and give like their flap. If you're looking for the smartest woman in America, you should be at MIT. Right? You shouldn't be at the Miss America. With all due respect, like what has the pageant become? This is part of it. This is why people watch for the bathing suit competition among the other pieces of it, but not to get a dissertation.
I would agree with the idea of a nightgown being more antiquated than anything else. I don't know anyone. Have you ever dated even in your mom, grandma? I mean, my grandmother might have wore a nightgown back in the day.
Yeah, my grandmother.
Wait, are we talking about like the going out nightgown or like a robe?
I think the entire idea of a nightgown is an
like the one you go to sleep in, or when you're going.
Well, they still call it the nightgown competition, but go to Nordstrom's, Macy's, and look at nightgowns, and that's not what they really have for sale.
Well, the only people that wear nightgowns anymore, honestly, are teenagers for prom.
Right.
Like,
those nightgowns? Okay.
That's right. It's the nightgown. That's what they're nightgowns, right? As opposed to. But I mean, like, I'm racking my brain. Outside of a prom or a homecoming with a girl, like I can't remember going out. Like even when you go to weddings, I don't think people wear gowns as much.
The thing with this whole thing, it's like, why does anyone care what they do, right? Which I find hard to believe. But the thing is, I would leave it in the pageant just based on no one has to do it. Like, look, she's women are this and that, and all of that is very true. And then there's a group of women that choose to pursue this. So let them pursue it. You don't have
to. It's like The Bachelor.
But it's like, look, as a guy, I'm more than just someone here to be brutally beaten. But if I choose to be a boxer or an MMA fighter, no one has a problem with it. Because you don't have to do it. But let the people that want to do something that brings no harm to you, let them do it.
If you want to be Mr. Universe based on what your body looks like and your muscles, that's up to you. Now, as far as
obviously, it's called
a beauty pageant. Now, if you want to say beauty is on the outside or the inside, you can do both. But if you're looking for someone, who, as the commenter said, but about an MIT person, if you're looking for the smartest person in all the land, go on Jeopardy.
All the land.
Go on Jeopardy.
All the land.
You can face everybody. If it's about your brain, if it's about your inside. But look, you're all attractive physically. That's why you're there.
That's why they're there.
The idea of this thing is based on the fact of, we're going to find out something about who you are as a person and what your interests are and your inner beauty, but you're there because of how you look externally.
Well, and like we're saying, like the gowns, like you don't really see women dressing like that anymore.
Of course.
But also, like, I don't see a lot of women on the beach in high heels. I mean, the whole pageant competition is a little bit of make-believe anyhow.
Is Ryan Gosling there for women because he is internally beautiful? Maybe he is. But I think
that's what it is.
Initially, they're physically attracted to the man.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I just know he's beautiful.
Right. All the way around.
Easy breezy, beautiful.
Personality-wise, he's the complete package.
He is. Well, I don't know that.
You don't?
I just, right, I know.
We got something in common with them, Ted.
Let's see. There's a new game show out there that will reward. Basically, if you win, they'll pay off your college tuition. Some of it.
Jesus, is that pathetic? Just not that the idea.
It's paying off their loans, okay?
Right.
And Miles, you're right. When I first saw this, I go, "This is ridiculous." Blah blah blah. Like what? It's sad that we've gotten
real thing. Think about it. If you paid off, okay, all right.
The host of it. This is his quote. "It's an absurd show to match an absurd crisis. A game show feels really apt because it's the state of things right now." So they're agreeing,
that's where he is.
The student loans have gotten ridiculous. Like people can't even get out of their parents' house. So
Universities
it's like, all right,
running lawless.
Screw it. We'll make a game show out of it.
They are absolutely out of control. They're absolutely lawless right now.
According to the Washington Post, student debt affects 44 million Americans, with the average student now carrying $37,000 in loans. Total amount to the U.S. exceeds $1.3 trillion.
They also hired
$1.3 trillion. And think about that, man. So the thing is, you go there, you're going to go into debt going to college. That is understood. But the cost of living never matches what inflation is. So even if you make what your father made, you're making less than him because you can buy fewer things, but you're also more in debt than he was because you got the student loan, right?
Not only that,
it's a big-ass scam.
Not only that, most of them are land-grant institutions. They get certain tax breaks. They don't have to pay certain property taxes, depending on the institution.
Right.
A lot of the times, hell, man, I mean, they hire their own police force. They make their own police force to police the people that are paying to go to their university. They have no official sanctioning body. If you think the NCAA is in charge of the NCAA, then you don't understand how stuff works, man. They're policing themselves. That's like us saying, how much, I don't know, whatever.
Think you guys should have a raise? We'll look into that.
We can cuss, we can do whatever we want because we can make up our own rules. And we can charge whatever we want for the show. It's amazing.
It is kind of crazy. I also forgot, when I did play video games, I always liked NCAA college football. I forgot that game doesn't exist anymore.
Because they wouldn't pay the guys doing the images.
Right, and EA Sports was like, all right, look, if we got to pay him, we got to pay him. And college was like, no,
we just want our own money.
It's funny. You can go to your local government. You can propose some ideas. Jimmy Kimmel here is talking about a guy down in Lawrence, Kansas, and he's got an idea he'd like to propose to the city council.
This is from a meeting of the city commission in Lawrence, Kansas, where a gentleman whose name is Chris Flowers got involved in local government to make what turned out to be a fascinating proposal.
If prostitution was legalized and reasonably regulated, then most people would rather deal with a legitimate licensed prostitute than have to deal with pimps and potential sex slaves. So I propose this. The city allows for licensed masseurs to give genital massages. We let proctologists spend their day men and sticking things up their anus. So if someone wants to yank a guy's I say let him.
Hear, hear.
I think we found our next Supreme Court justice nominee.
We found our next president.
The guy's not wrong. I'd have to imagine he's had a bad experience with a pimp or a prostitute.
It sounds that way.
Yeah.
Unlike those great times you have with them. I had a good time with the pimp once, but I wasn't hooking up with any of his hookers. We were just sitting at a bar.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that, I don't know. Like, it's the world's oldest profession, right? But it's the truth, right? Like,
yes.
Some people want to go out and pay for sex or whatever. Like, look, I've done it down in Nevada, but you don't, like, nobody wants to pay for a sex slave or get involved or go to, I don't know, you got to go meet somebody in a shady room. There's a dude in there with a gun. I mean, that.
Like you said, man, if you go to the club, there's a good chance people are on the prowl on both sides, right?
Right.
You're hoping to hook up, you hope to get laid, whatever. And that's fine because people do it. That's what they do. This eliminates all that.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And like I said, if you regulate it, man, you cut down disease, you start to kill some of the sex slaves. It's like, people want to have sex. Why do you care? Why does anyone care that someone wants to have sex?
Al Gore sure would like that.
Hey.
Al likes to rub over and say, hey, take a look at Big Al.
I don't know that I see
Problem
quite
is,
his...
Tipper found out. Now lost half a stuff or a hand.
Well, I got all my penis.
But I tell you what, I got a happy ending.
Yeah, I'm not positive I see his correlation between a proctologist doing an exam on somebody. He's like, well, look, they're up there all day anyhow. Why can't she, I don't know. It seems like he's rolling the dice there. Mm-hmm. I would have just stuck with, you know what? There's less diseases. I don't have to deal with pimps. Right?
Doctor's taking a finger in my booty. Why can't she have sex with me? Like, okay.
Right? All I'm asking is for this one thing, man. I just want a little love there. You know what? I'll leave you with this. This is just a nice little note. Leonard Fournette, played down at LSU. He plays for Mike's, of course,
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars now. But basically, somebody on campus that used to help him was having trouble paying their college tuition, so he gave back.
I know her personally. She was my trainer at LSU. You know, she took care of me when I needed massages. Just the little things that took care of my body. And, she's from my hometown. And, I mean, why not, give back to where I'm from? You know what I mean? I feel like everybody needs that chance in order to do something they want to do in life.
Leonard likes to roll over, too. Leonard likes to roll over. She took care of me in college, so I'm going to give her back.
Yeah. So she was an athletic trainer. Sorry.
I
know.
When I got drafted, I flew back to hang out with her, still get a massage.
He has nothing to do with the kid in Lawrence.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. Mike's got your headlines coming up here in minutes. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. New York Giants tackle. Very excited when TSA agents spill his mom's ashes all over his bags. Meanwhile, a Florida man is pulled over and hammered and only swigs at stop signs, or so he brags. Woman proposes to boyfriend by putting a ring in a happy place. A 91-year-old man walking in California told to go back to Mexico before he is hit in the face with a cinder block. And IHOP thanks you for all the free advertising. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story. Southwest Airlines is putting an end to a policy that has been in place since they were founded back in the 60s. And unfortunately, it makes complete sense. Since their beginning, you could always get a complimentary peanuts on your flight with Southwest, but they are beginning to transition away from the complimentary snack. The reason being is obvious. They want the most comfortable experience for all their passengers, including those with peanut allergies.
All right.
All y'all with your anaphylaxis.
How's that my problem? When did peanut allergies become such a big thing? Because I understand if you have one, bad things happen. It's not that. What I'm saying is when I was growing up, there were complimentary peanuts just because you woke up in the morning. But you know what I mean? Everywhere you went, anywhere you went, they were there.
When I went through,
I don't recall anybody, even in school, and you had your peanut butter, like, I don't recall anyone ever having these severe peanut allergies, and I've only heard about this for like the last 15 years.
And even when I went through school, there was no, they still sold those peanut butter cookies, at the snack area over there. You could still bring your PB&Js, so it seems like a recent thing where it's become even more so reactive.
That's what I'm like. Are that many more people suffering severe? I don't know, man.
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, you like you said, what the reaction is. I mean, it's
it's not good,
deadly when it happens.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
Maybe they just want to straight up just avoid any and all possible action.
Where's the fun in that?
I like a snack mix.
I'm with you. Mm-hmm. Got the little
maybe
cheddar.
they'll do that.
Yeah,
we didn't think it through.
With the sesame sticks in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Just like a.
There's still peanuts in it, right?
I know they can eliminate that. I think it's really about the sesame sticks.
Just pick them out.
Yeah, put a pistachio in there instead, or cashew. I'm good.
In other news, a woman we talked about her during the shot of the day. A woman that wanted to propose to her man on Leap Day in a unique way might have made a mistake with her execution. She came up with the brilliant idea to hide the ring inside of a Kinder Egg and stuffed said Kinder Egg into her vagina. This plan went horribly wrong as the Kinder Egg rotated inside of her vagina and launched itself sideways. It ended up bad enough that the pair needed to go to the hospital. Doctors gently removed the object, gave the boyfriend a pair of gloves, and allowed him to open his surprise. He did accept the woman's proposal, and they are making wedding arrangements.
Now, think about this, all right? So you're the boyfriend. Keep in mind, she's not telling him what is trapped inside of her vagina. He does not know.
Right.
They remove it. The doctors then hand you this slimy-ass thing, like, open it up. I'm just like...
Why don't you see what's inside?
I just feel a little less enthusiastic at that moment, that's all.
I kind of like it.
Yeah?
Well, I mean...
Here, we're in the hospital. Ted, open this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the ideal way, but I like her effort. Like, if he really
effort's great.
If he really loved the Kinder Eggs, and she's like, hey, I'll put... It'd be like if somebody, I don't know, lodged a piece of pizza somewhere.
And there's a ring inside the pizza.
Like at the hospital,
pizza is inside of my vagina.
Honey, this wasn't the best idea, but my two loves, pizza and you.
I knew he liked pizza rolls, so I put 4 in my cannon.
Right.
Lodged inside of a piece of pineapple.
It's like a Pez dispenser, but not really.
No.
Don't mess with that garlic sauce.
Is that marinara? In Florida, a man was stopped on suspicion of drunk driving. When officers approached the car, the man reeked of alcohol, slurred his words, and his eyes were red and glossy. But he denied drinking and driving. No, he used the clever loophole where he only drank from his bottle of bourbon when the car was stopped at lights and stop signs.
He's not driving.
That's right. That's exactly what he said. I'm not driving.
Right.
I throw the car into a park and I take a sip.
Stop it at that point.
Shockingly, this was not a good enough excuse for the officer, and he was arrested. Because the law's real big on loopholes there, fella.
Lighten up, man.
Have I? Time to play a game I like to call Do We Buy It? IHOP has come out and revealed that they faked their whole We're Changing Our Name campaign and saying, no, it was a joke the whole time. We were never going to sell burgers. Do we believe it?
Do we buy it?
Yeah.
So are they not serving burgers?
This is my problem. Right. I can't remember. I think it's Denny's confuses me because they do have a dinner and a burger menu.
Right.
I kind of assumed if I went in at dinner time that IHOP would have a burger on their menu. Just a basic.
That's what I said earlier. Do they not?
Maybe they don't.
No, I don't believe so.
Here's the thing.
Then
They
I
come
don't
with
buy it.
sandwiches,
if you
but they don't have
If you don't, put one on there.
Right.
Because people will eat it. People like a hamburger.
I'm just saying, I think they tested out this whole, we're going to do burgers, we're going to drop pancakes, and then when they got the huge negative backlash, they said, it's just a big joke.
Turn the letter back over.
You can go to McDonald's, man, in the morning for breakfast, and you can get a sandwich, whatever. You look over, the guy got the pancakes?
Exactly.
Like, that was a great call.
Yeah.
Pancakes?
See, they should perfect
I don't buy it.
the breakfast burger.
Both of them work.
Pancake buns with an egg in the middle.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Pancake burger.
I'm in.
All right.
That's your headlines with that. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less. The word is back. Profile this, and we will drink and toast once again with a shot of the day.
Yes, indeed. That is all true. But in the meantime, we feel about it. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Letha's sake, stay beautiful.